Oh, it's like a non-stop party with this guy.
I would say Dan is a very, very extroverted person.
He's very laid back, he's outgoing.
Like, he always fucking wants to talk. Wait, am I allowed to swear in this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, sweet.
So my junior year, it was an October night, and my friends and I were being high school kids, not really thinking straight, and a car was coming around, an F-150 was coming around the corner too quickly, and I was running from something, and it ran over my left foot and got my leg, and then to brace it, I took my right shoulder, natural response to brace it. I didn't have a near-death experience where I was in a coma and I was literally on the edge of life, but a second earlier and my entire body would have gotten hit by a 6-ton truck. I believe that this has opened my eyes to what is more important in the lows that it's brought me to. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, so it's helped me try to see the good in people and put my faith in the fact that everything does happen for a reason, but at the same time, you can also be a product of your decisions versus blaming it on the circumstances. I think the biggest thing with happiness is that in order to get happiness, the best way to do it is to give it. I guess you make a living by what you get, but a life by what you give. A friend of ours was going bald prematurely at the age of 19. We decided to start a foundation, a support group. Just use that as a platform for self-confidence and embracing who you are, because we noticed that our friend was taking a toll, one of the happiest, most optimistic people you'd ever meet, but he was spending 30 minutes a day trying to comb his hair to the fact that it would be as little noticed as possible. We decided to shave our heads into what we called convertibles, because you put your top down, you know? We got a couple sponsors, so to speak, and we went to a couple formal events. We got on national TV, and that was when we launched it. And it still is in the process of going. We made business cards. We're gonna hopefully make a commercial. We did quite a few things, and our motto at Balding Awareness is we're just trying to patch the gap between balding and confidence. And it wasn't necessarily for balding itself, it was for the fact of self-confidence and the fact that everybody has something that they're inadequate about, and not everybody has it in such a place that everybody can notice it, whether it be a bald head, whether it be your weight, whether it be you don't think you have a big enough dick or big enough boobs. I mean, people don't admit it, but everybody, I'm sure every guy has questioned, either said to themselves like, oh, I'm hung, or oh shit, like how do I get my dick bigger? Versus just realizing that it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion in the ocean, and foreplay can get you a long freaking way. We have, for the past 4 years now, this will be the 5th year, made Christmas cards, homemade Christmas cards, like handwritten, and we would play on words like Merry Christmas, and we'd draw a moose. And then we'd put like Aretha Franklin, and like a wreath, and then like Aretha Franklin, and like a picture of Aretha Franklin. I'm a big fan of giving out lottery tickets. But so we would put a lottery ticket in each of those, and instead of giving them to people that we knew, we would do it at like 1 in the morning. We would go in my truck, tinted windows, so nobody knew it was us. And we did that for now, again, 4 years, and it's just, we didn't ever know necessarily what the person thought of it or not, but it's just that kind of stuff was what I got the most joy out of.
So the first time I met this fucker, he was moving in, like I see this huge fucking guy and like talking about how he wants to be basketball, like he's a basketball player from Chicago, and all I can think is this guy is the typical frat, like sport playing bro. And like his extroverted personality, I kind of hate how he came on. Like I was thinking to myself, what the fuck have I gotten into? How am I gonna get through this year? Like I do not know how I can deal with his attitude. But then like I gave it some time, like talked to him some more. He turned out to be a chill guy. We share a lot of the same like beliefs and thought patterns.
He calls me a guru. I have confidence issues. I have trouble just believing in myself sometimes, but when he has a nice word like that, it really gets you going. It really makes you feel better about yourself and the people around you. He's the kind of guy I want to be.
Give me your hands, show me the door. I cannot stand to wait anymore. Somebody said, be what you be. We could be old and cold and dead on the sea. But I love you more than
I think that people, like, happiness is so big in life, and like, you know, how do you be happy? Just by like positive energy and stuff like that. And like, that's him. He's positive energy, just smiling all the time, and like, oh, if something was wrong, he'd just be like, oh dude, like, it's all good, keep your head up, and offer some like philosophical quote that actually makes sense, kind of.
There's nothing noble in being superior to fellow man. True nobility is being superior to fellow self. So you always have to be worried about being better than you were when you woke up, and then day by day piecing it together, versus, oh, how am I doing in comparison to the other people? Am I making as much money as this person? Am I benching as much as this person? Am I jumping as high as this person? Because then that puts a limit on there, because you want to be here because that's where that person is, versus you don't know if you could be up here if you were competing against yourself. So I don't believe in limitations. The overall view that I have is just happiness, and trying to find happiness, not necessarily find happiness, but create happiness. Because everybody thinks there's like a formula that you need to make, but I think that we're all maybe it's an American philosophy or American ideals, but that there's all these steps that you have to get and do and conquer to be happy. But happiness is such a simple thing, and we just tend to make it complicated, and it also is contagious, so you can spread happiness just as easily, and there's no vaccination.